Welcome everybody, this is a beginner's class part 3 and today is about hips and core. So let's get into it and have a great day. Gently close your eyes, whatever position is comfortable for you. First I want you to become aware of the breath. How the body moves as the body breathes. The gentle expansion and contraction of the body. With each inhale and each exhale. Becoming aware now of the space between your body and the earth beneath you. Everything within this space, even your clothes, maybe the mat, the building. Allowing yourself a deep connection to the earth energy beneath you, or gravity. And feeling how the earth is gently supporting you. Not too much, not too little, but in perfect balance. Conscious of the sounds that surround you inside and outside the room, and simply allowing these sounds to be there, without judgment, right or wrong. And now coming up to the space of your mind, the space that your thoughts travel through. And I want you to gently expand this space, remembering that your mind is not limited by the physical form of your body. And finding the center point of this space. And when you are ready, slowly and gently opening your eyes. Welcome. Good. So we can remove the cushion and just place it somewhere which is sort of handy for you. You're going to use it later. Okay. And we're going to gently lie down onto the mat and continue with breathing with arms. So we just gently come down to the mat. Put the feet at the end of the mat if you like. And if possible, using the stomach muscles to come down to the mat. Otherwise use your arms and just gently bring the body to the mat. Make sure that you have enough room above your head for your arms without touching anything or anybody. And then bring them along the side of the body. Feet together in the center. And we're going to do this with the breath. So we inhale, raising the arms up and bringing them as close to or onto the floor if possible, and stretching all the way from your toes to the top of your fingers. And then exhale the arms back to the mat and relax. Good. Inhale, conscious breath as we fill the body with air and stretching out the whole body. Exhale as we bring the arms back to the mat and relax. 2 more times. Inhale, conscious breath, stretching again from the toes to the top of your fingers, and then exhale as we bring the arms back to the mat and relax. And 1 last time. Inhale, lengthening the spine and the whole body, enjoying the stretch through the whole body, and exhale as we bring the arms back to the mat and relax. Good. We're going to continue into single leg lock. So we're going to start on the right side. So we're going to inhale, bringing the right knee into the chest. Try and use the stomach muscles as much as possible. Then take the hands and exhale as you pull the knee into the chest and lift the head gently towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale as you place the feet together in the center of the mat. Left side, inhale, bringing now the left knee into the chest with the arms, and then exhaling the head gently towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale as we place the feet together. Right side, inhale, gently coming in, and then exhaling the head as close to the knee as possible. Inhale, head back, and exhale. Good. Left side, inhale, smooth, gentle movement, and exhaling the head towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, right knee comes in as we stretch the lower back, and exhaling the head to the knee, stretching the upper back. Inhale, head back, and exhale as we place the feet together. Left side, inhale, keep the right leg straight here, and exhale the head gently towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. Good. 1 last time. Inhale, just for fun. Bringing the knee as tight into the chest as possible, and exhale, head gently towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. Good. Left side, inhale, again stretching out the lower back here, and exhaling the head gently towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. And we relax. You can allow the feet to fall out to the sides a little bit here. Make sure the stomach muscles are nice and relaxed. Just take a few breaths. Again, conscious of how the earth beneath you is supporting your body as you lie on the mat or on the ground. Good. We bring both feet together in the center and arms again tight along the side of the body. And we're going to continue into double leg lock. So what's important here is when we pull the feet in towards the buttocks, we want to keep the feet close to the floor, as close to the floor as possible. It doesn't matter if they touch a little bit on the way in. So we inhale, bringing both feet into the buttocks first, then knees into the chest with your stomach muscles only. Now lift the arms and exhale as we pull the body up again, head towards the knees. Inhale, head back. Keep the knees in the chest with the stomach muscles. Bring the arms to the mat. And exhale, feet again close to the floor. Press the legs out until they're completely straight. And then place the feet down. Inhale, feet come into the buttocks, feet close to the floor, knees into the chest with the stomach muscles. Exhale, pull the body up and head close to the knees. Inhale, head back, arms to the mat with the knees still in your chest. Exhale, feet close to the mat. Press the legs out and place the feet down. We're just going to do this one more time. Inhale, both feet into the buttocks, knees into the chest. Exhale, use the arms to pull the body up. Inhale, head back, arms to the mat. Exhale, feet close to the mat, all the way out until the legs are straight, and then place the feet down and relax. So again, here we want to relax the stomach muscles, lower back. If you want to rock the hips from left to right, just make sure you're nice and relaxed in the whole body. Good. So we're going to come to boat position. Now, if you're relatively new to the yoga, or you have maybe some discomfort in the lower back, we're going to, for those of you with those issues, we're going to bring the left foot to the inside. We can do it together. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right knee. And then bring the right foot beside the left foot so the knees are together at the top. Now, keeping the lower back on the mat, we inhale and bring the upper body away from the mat and bring the hands out towards your knees. And then exhale gently back down towards the mat. Good. One more time together. Inhale, we come up. And exhale down. Good. So, if you want to do this position a little bit more advanced, you can have the legs straight. If you have, like you say, if you're new to yoga or you have discomfort in the lower back, please just do exactly what we just did one more time. And if you wish to now, straightening the legs if you want to do it with the legs straight. Otherwise, keeping the knees bent. We make a fist with the hands if you're going to lift the legs and body. So we inhale, lift the upper body, lift the legs, knees. Good. Hands just in front of the knees. Make sure the feet and the head approximately the same height. And then exhale back down. Don't forget to smile. And we relax. Just take a few deep, conscious breaths here. Again, allowing the feet to fall out to the sides. Good. We're going to bring the feet together now in the center. And again, we're going to bring the left foot to the inside of the right knee. So ankle bone and the knee joint are in a straight line with each other. And then we bring the right foot beside the left foot. So the knees are now together at the top. So now we're going to place the hands behind the head, or you can, again, if you have a cushion handy, just under the back of the neck here. Then we can just rest here. Coming into a reclined butterfly, we're just going to allow the knees to gently come out to the sides. So working the relaxation into the hips. And here we're not trying to press the knees down towards the floor. I want you to allow the weight of the legs and the gravity beneath you to take all responsibility for the relaxation. We're just going to take a few breaths here. You might well find that the right side releases a little bit, and then the left side releases a little bit, and then maybe together. It doesn't really matter as long as you're just noticing that the knees automatically come just that little bit closer to the floor as we breathe. So as I've said before, it can be very useful to use this breath consciously. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale and again relax just that little bit more. One more time. Inhale, deep conscious breath. Feel how the body almost lifts away from the ground beneath you, and then exhale and sink back down into the position. And again, we relax completely. Good. Very, very nice. So remember here, it's not a competition to see who can get the knees closest to the floor. It's just your own body and exactly what your body can do. The fact of the matter is, if you're doing 100% of what you can do, you are doing 100% yoga. It's very important to understand that. Good. So we're now going to take control over the knees and lift them gently towards each other in the center until the feet return to the mat. Good. And then we're just going to roll over to the stomach. So just making sure that you're as comfortable as possible. Now we can remove the cushion again and we're going to come into Cobra. Now, as we've done Cobra before, maybe it's not possible for you to straighten the arms in this position. So if you like, you can have the elbows under your shoulders, and in the Cobra position all we're going to do is just lift the upper body. So we're using the back muscles here just to lift the body into the position. And we're going to keep the head so we're looking as much straight forward as possible. Now if you want to do the full Cobra position, I want you to move the hands back so they come under your shoulders. So you can just see that the back of the hand and the shoulders are in a straight line with each other basically. And then we bring the forehead to the mat. So remember, you're choosing whether you do the easy Cobra or the full Cobra, and that depends entirely on how relaxed you are. All right? So forehead to the mat. Inhale, we lift the head. Again, we look forward. And if you're going to do the full position, we just straighten the arms. And we end up looking at the top of the room. If you're in the half or the easy Cobra, you're just looking straight forward. So I want to be just conscious of how the lower back is feeling. And then exhale all the way back down to the mat, using the arms if you're in the full position until the head rests gently on the floor again. Inhale, we lift the head again, look forward, hold the position with the head and start to lift using the arms or the back muscles. And then exhale back down using the arms all the way down. I'll show the half position as well. So if you want to do a full position, just to do that, inhale, we lift the head, we look forward, and then we start to lift the upper body. And if you're in the easy or half Cobra, you're just looking forward in this position. And then exhale back down to the mat. Good, very, very nice. Good, so now I want you to bring your elbows under your shoulders. So if you're in the full position, bring your elbows back. So now the elbows are directly under the shoulder. And now we're going to do a little bit more core work. So we can bring the hands in towards the center or even do this with your hands. Down to the mat, we're going to curl up the toes. And then we're just going to lift away from the mat. And breathe. So important here that we're strong in the core here. And if this is too much, you can place the knees onto the mat. This will make just that little bit easier. Otherwise, just breathing in the position with the body straight. And then we gently come back down to the mat. Good. You can rest the forehead on the hands. And then we're going to do it one more time. So we lift the head, engage the stomach muscles to keep the back as straight as possible, and then again lift away using the shoulders here, and breathe. Strong in the core. And remember, if it's too much, knees on the mat, just to make it just a little bit easier. And then exhale back down to the mat. And we can relax completely. So you can, if you like, come into Crocodile 1 position, just resting the head on the hands. You can even separate the feet. Just make sure again the lower back is nice and relaxed. So again, rocking the hips side to side, just to make yourself just that little bit more comfortable. Good. Now we're going to come to the knees at the back of the mat. So, however, this is just smoothly and gently. There's no particular way to do this. I'm going to turn around so you can see what I'm doing. So make sure that you can see me in the room. I think everybody at home can see me anyway. Good. All right. So we're going to come into hero position. What's important in hero position is that we are as comfortable as possible. Now, that might mean having a cushion under the ankles or between the legs, or if you like, you can separate the knees and just sit onto the cushion. If that isn't possible, just to sit as comfortably as possible, just exactly as you are. So you choose. What's important in my classes is to stay as comfortable as possible, always. And sort of no ego gets involved, right? So you can place the hands on the knees. What I'd like you to do, whether the legs are straight or if you're sitting on the knees, is to lengthen from the tailbone to the top of your head. So we don't have to use the thigh muscles, just try and lengthen the spine, almost as if you have a string from the top of the head to the top of the room or the sky above you. And just allow the arms to be heavy here, so the shoulders are nice and relaxed, and just resting the hands on the knees. And once again, just lengthening just that little bit more. And then once again, we completely relax. So you sit back down onto the feet completely and just again allow the energy from the earth beneath you just to ground you as much as possible. Very nice. Now we're going to come forward with the hands under the shoulders. So have the knees together in the center of the mat here, and make sure that we're nice and stable and again relaxed. And then we're going to stretch out with the right arm over the mat. Now, what's important here is that we don't overstretch the shoulders. I want you to reach out as far as possible. Just come out and just say, okay, that's stop. And then you place the hand onto the mat. Then we take the left out and do exactly the same thing, and you'll find that the hands come roughly parallel with each other. And here we can just spread the fingers out just a little bit, so it gives you good contact on the mat. Now we're going to lift the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. Now, as I said last week, if you can't lift the foot all the way forward, you can actually use the right hand. So let's say you just come here and just take the foot and lift it forward. So what you're going to feel is you start the stretch in the front side of the left. Good. Outside of the foot. Good. All right, so what's important here is that we keep the knee in towards the chest. And again, it doesn't matter if your foot is here and you can't bring the foot all the way forward. It really doesn't matter. As the stretch comes, the deeper the position. So I'd like you to focus on keeping the knee in, as I've already said, and just feeling how you press the left hip down towards the floor, the ground beneath you. And here we can look forward. So remember, just a lizard looking out for if there's any birds that are going to eat you. And you're ready to run away if you need to. All right, so just feeling this stretch and remembering what I said earlier. If you're doing 100% of what you can do, you are doing 100% yoga. It's really important. Good. So we're going to come out of this position. So we come back a little bit. So you release the foot and bring the knees together. And we're going to directly change sides to the left side. So, if possible, bringing the foot all the way forward to the outside of your left hand, and then gently pressing forward now with the right hip. And keeping the left knee now in towards the chest, so we don't want the knee sort of falling out to the side. So keeping it in, and again we look forward. Just take some breaths here. So mostly the support is coming from the arms. We want to be very conscious we're not twisting the body in any way to avoid the stretch. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. This is very good. Don't forget to smile. Good. And then, of course, we release. So come gently back, release the foot, bring the knees together. And we're going to come back again with the buttocks towards your feet, or coming to a sitting position with the legs straight. And as the feet and the buttocks come closer, hands come up over the knees, and we return into hero position. Just relax completely again, sitting down onto the cushion or your feet. And if your legs are straight, just make sure that the spine is straight, and we have this lengthening from the tailbone to the top of the head. And what we can do is just feel into the hips exactly what has been happening in the previous position, in the lizard position. Maybe you can feel a slight change here. Good. So we're now going to come forward into pigeon position. So I'm going to turn round so the people on this side of the room can see what I'm doing. Good. Alright, so we're going to come forward once again with the hands under the shoulders. So just coming up onto the hands and knees. And we're going to start by bringing the right knee as close to the wrist on the right side as possible, and knee out towards the side of the mat. And in the beginning here, we can have the lower part of the leg pointing approximately 45 degrees out to the left. And then we're just going to push back into the position. I'm just going to move forward a little bit. So we push back so we get as much as possible the hip and the upper leg in contact with the mat. Now, in the beginning, you might be sort of up away from the knee a little bit like this. It doesn't really matter as long as we just feel this comfort. And then the beginning can be quite a strong stretch. Then, if you're feeling comfortable in the right knee, you can come all the way down to the bent leg, maybe down to the elbows, and if you feel comfortable with that, you can bring the head all the way down to that. We feel this fantastic stretch on the right side of the body here, in the hip, into the buttock, into the lower back as well. If you need support, we can always use the long cushion or the bolster and just have support from that so we don't feel like the weight of the body is too much. Again, whatever feels most comfortable for you. When we're talking about stretching the body, it's very important to realize when I started doing yoga, my first teacher said to me, just aim for improving by 1 millimeter a week in each of the positions. And after a year, that's 5.2 centimeters, which is more flexible than you are right now. And it's a really good way of thinking about it, because it means that we don't have to go past the point that we feel massively uncomfortable. That's just come to the position that's comfortable, or that you can feel in your body, and then you relax. Good, so we gently lift the head, we come up out of the position, and we're going to bring the knees back together. Or sitting with the legs crossed or the legs straight. And again, we just relax. What I want you to do here is to just close your eyes just for a second and just feel how the right hip feels slightly different to the left. There's just that little bit more flexibility there. We can do this even with the legs straight, it's the same thing. You can feel that it could quite easily roll out to the right side, and we can try the left side, and you're going to find that there's a little bit of resistance there still. Then we can open the eyes. And of course, we do the other side. So we come forward with the hands again under the shoulders. Knees are together in the center of the mat. We now bring the left knee as much as possible tight into the wrist, and the left knee parallel with the outside of the mat. Lower part of the leg now pointing 45 degrees out to the right, and then we gently come back into the position, bringing as much of the thigh and the hip in contact with the mat behind the foot. Arms straight or down to the elbows. Very nice. And then, if you wish to, coming all the way down to the mat. Just take a few breaths. Make sure the body stays as straight as possible down the center of the mat here. We won't roll off to the right or to the left. Just keep the body in the center and allow, again, the weight of the body or the gravity beneath you to find where your body comes to in its maximum position. And then we can again gently release the position. Coming back to the knees, so the legs straight or crossed. And this time conscious of any contrast between the left hip and the right. And you might well find that the left now will move out towards the left without any problem at all. So we're just noticing the difference between before and after. Good. Excellent. Now we're going to sit down onto the mat. So again, you can just sit to the side, and we're going to face the long side of the mat. And I think what's important here, for those of you especially that are new on the channel or new in the room, is to explain a little bit about my journey with yoga. When I started with yoga, which is now 37 years ago, all right, I was extremely physically handicapped. When I was 21, I sat in a wheelchair. Okay, so it's really important to understand that when you're practicing yoga, to just do what your body can do today. Because tomorrow it maybe can do just a little bit more, or next week, or next month. It's not about trying to reach a goal. I think I said this on one of the shorts that I released. It's not about reaching a goal. Because even when you get to that goal, if you've had one, it's been moved. Okay? Because now you can do a lot of other things. And for me, this is why I teach 1 millimeter a week. It makes a huge difference. It doesn't sound very much. And when I started, I couldn't even get my fingers down to my knees when I was standing straight. Okay? It was just so painful. So I thought, okay, 5.2 centimeters at least, I'll have my fingers past my knees. That's an improvement. Right? So that's how I started with the yoga, and that's why I teach this way. Just do what your body can do, and eventually, after whatever time it takes, you will do the yoga. It's as simple as that. So we take away all this, I should or I must, or it's really, you can let go of that. And that's why I don't use belts and pulling and, It's just, that's having a war with your body. I don't want that. Anybody else want a war with their body? No? All right. So it's just to say, okay, I'm here today, and I'm just going to do what I can do, and then I just keep doing that. And it just gets better without you even having to try. And that's the beautiful thing about this. Okay? So we're going to continue into bound angle pose. And there's a few things about this position that are very important. So one of the things that I'm going to suggest that you do is to sit with the legs crossed and again take the cushion under your tailbone. So not your buttocks onto the cushion, but just the tailbone. And this again allows you to sit down into your pelvis. And today we're going to do a little exercise which is going to help you to engage the lower back. It sounds strange because we've been working with hips and core, but basically the back is connected to your hips and to your core. Okay, so what we're going to do is just place the feet together, so soles of the feet together in the center of the mat here. And it doesn't matter if the knees are up in the air. It really doesn't. You can even have support under the legs if you wish to, just as long as you are comfortable. Because eventually, as you start to relax, the knees will come down towards the mat. All right? So right now, I want you to just hold your feet, so you have the soles of the feet together, just hold your feet in a way where you can actually pull on them. All right? And what I want you to do here is to just pull the stomach forward and the back forward, not going down towards the floor, just pull so that you pull in your lower back. So you're trying to sort of arch the lower back this way. Okay? So we just inhale, come forward, and exhale, we push all the way back. And you can bring down chin into the chest here. Inhale, stomach forward, chest forward, pull just a little bit with the arms. And exhale again, we push out and chin into the chest. You can do this 2 more times. Inhale, you come forward with the stomach, so stomach forward as much as possible, arch the back, try and lift up towards the top of the room. Exhale and sink down again, pushing the back out or rounding the back. 1 more time, inhale, all the way forward, lift, and exhale, and just again relax. Okay, so as I said, we're going to come into bound angle pose. Now, one of the things that's really important here is how we use the lower back. All right, so if you try and get forward and don't use your lower back, there'll be no pressure on your arms and you won't be able to introduce the position at its maximum for your body. Okay, and that's the same if your knees are up here. Because if you don't come forward first, you won't have any sort of leverage, if you like. All right. So we don't want to sort of push the back out and then try and push down with the shoulders, because it's not going to happen very much. Okay. So this will take a little time to learn, but basically just find your position, hold the feet. Again, bring the stomach forward, the back forward, arch the back just a little bit, and then start to lean forward. And you'll find that we can have pressure on the legs, and we just come to the position which is comfortable for you. Okay? Well, just as at a maximum of your stretch for today. Let's put it that way. Okay? So we just have this position, again, consciously bringing the lower back forward so that we can, as we come further and further down towards the mat, we can apply just that little bit of pressure that helps the muscles just to stretch or relax just that little bit more. So inhale, come up. And 1 more time we go down, stomach forward, chest forward, elbows onto the legs, and then we come down all the way. So if you're a little bit more advanced, as some of you are in the room, you can take a block here and just place it in front of your toes. And this I'm just showing if you are coming a little bit deeper into the position. Marlon, you might be able to do that. So your head comes down onto the block. And of course, eventually you'll get all the way down to your toes. All right. So remember, I was very physically handicapped when I started. So this is all 1 millimeter a week for a lot of time. Right. But it will come if you are patient with your body, okay? And then we gently release the position. Very, very good. Good, Ulrika. Amazing. That's great. There's a huge difference. That's, yeah. Have a good day. All right. So we're going to now remove the cushion from under the base of the spine. And we're going to come into half straddle. Now, we're going to bring the right foot out towards the corner of the mat. So make sure you're facing the long side of your mat. And we bring the right leg out. What's important here is that the leg is as straight as possible and we keep the right buttock on the mat. Okay. Now that's extremely important because for a lot of people, and especially for me when I started, I was very, very tight in the back of my legs. Okay. And basically I had problems even just sitting in this position. I was like this, right? So the closer we come in and sit on the right buttock, the closer we get to the toes, all right? So if you're leaning back like this because you don't have any stretch in the back of the legs, then we just put the fingers here. But be thinking all the time that we're traveling in this direction, right? So if you're practicing at home, I'm going to do some shorts on how to reach your toes or be able to put your shoes on without sitting down first. All right, but it's just to come down to a position that is comfortable for you. We're then going to move the left knee out, and as we do that, you're going to find that you find a little stretch on the inside of your thigh. It doesn't matter if it's like 2 centimeters or 10 centimeters, it doesn't really matter, as long as you are still sitting on both of your buttocks. And at the moment, if you can do that, you can place the hands just in front of you. And if you are like I was and leaning back like this and trying to use everything to just hold yourself up, put your hands onto the floor behind you so you just support, and we just use the strength of the arms or the straightness of the arms. Good, exactly. So you can feel here, you can actually lengthen the back, you can engage the core, you can engage the lower back, and this in itself will help to get there. All right. So all of these things just sort of come together over a period of time, and you're going to experience that. So just finding a position that's comfortable for you. Try and make sure again that both buttocks are sitting on the mat. And then of course we change sides. So you can bring the right foot in, you bring the left leg out. Right foot is the inside of the thigh, and then we start to gently move the knee out. And I'm not going to explain it all again, but now we make sure that the left buttock is sitting on the mat. So again, we can reach the toes eventually. So either hands in front of you, lengthening the spine up to the crown of the head here, or having the hands behind you if it's just that little bit more comfortable, so you can sort of feel that you can open the chest and just stretch out just that little bit more. Good. So all the time you're going to feel this stretch in the back of the leg here, and however far you move the knee out, just making sure that that's there. Just feel that. Make sure the toes are pointing towards the top of the room, so if it's not falling out or forward, it's just up towards the top of the room. This will also help to be able to reach the toes a little easier. Okay. Good, Erika. That's superb. Very good. All right. That didn't happen last week. No. And then you're there suddenly. Wow. You know, that's how it goes. Just nice and easy. And now you can relax. So just bring the leg in. So everything I talk about, as far as basic yoga is concerned and basic technique is concerned, will eventually lead to more advanced positions. All right. So again, I think I talked about this on one of the shorts that I did. But if I'm going to come down and put my head on the floor and have my arms out to the side, I can't use the upper back. This is not a position we're going to do today. Okay. Alright, so if I engage the lower back here, bring the stomach forward, chest forward, I'm lifting up, I'm lengthening to the top of my head. This is just an extension of what we've already been doing today, and we can come all the way down to the mat and relax. And have a great day. Alright, so everything we do, every small muscles, every little detail that I talk about leads to more advanced yoga if you want to do that. And if you don't, then you just get superbly expert about knowing your body, basically inside out. And that's the whole point of this. So never take yoga too seriously. All right? It's just a way to feel a little bit better each day. Please lie on the back and completely relax into Savasana. And we're going to take a guided meditation today. So again, making sure you're completely comfortable, maybe placing a cushion under the back of your knees so that the lower back can relax. The long cushion, this one, is very useful for that. And maybe placing a cushion behind your head. All right. Good. So I want you to become aware now of, again, how the earth beneath you is supporting you now from the back of your heels all the way to the back of your head. Each point of contact from the back of your heels through the whole body to the back of your head. Today's guided meditation is called the 4 Seasons Meditation. So I want you to just land gently into the mat, feeling the support from the earth beneath you, allowing the body to relax completely. Gently closing the eyes if you haven't done so already. And take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Pause just for a second and then exhale slowly and softly through your mouth or between your lips. Again, inhale deeply, and as you exhale, allow your mind to settle into stillness and infinite space. And one more time. Breathe in fully. And as you breathe out, feel yourself becoming completely present. Each heartbeat, each breath. In the entire body. Now let your breath flow freely and naturally, as if carried by the gentle rhythm of the seasons. Imagine the world covered in a blanket of soft white snow. The air is crisp. The earth quiet, resting beneath this blanket of stillness. Snow crystals gleaming in the winter sun. No sounds from the trees or birds. Every sound muffled by nature's blanket. This is winter, a time of rest, reflection, and deep renewal. Just as nature slows down, so too should you. Winter is a reflection of your sleep, your time to restore and rejuvenate your body and mind. Feel yourself surrendering to this deep rest, releasing all tension, all effort, allowing yourself the grace of stillness. In this space, there is no need to do anything and nowhere to be. Only to live in this moment and every moment. Like the trees standing tall in their bare beauty, roots strong beneath the frozen earth, you are held, supported, and nourished. Take a slow breath in, and as you exhale, feel the wisdom of winter settling deep within you. Rest is not an absence of life. It is the foundation of growth. It is now spring, a time of awakening and new beginnings. Feel a sensation in your face. It is the subtle warmth from the first rays of the spring sun. The days grow longer, and deep beneath the surface, life begins to stir once again. Spring has arrived. This is the time of awakening, when nature gently stretches out of slumber and begins to bloom. Just as you awaken each morning, your energy slowly returns. New thoughts, new ideas, new possibilities arise. Breathe in the fresh energy of spring. Feel its gentle invitation to grow. What within you is ready to awaken? What new beginnings are calling to you? Like the first shoots of grass breaking through the soil, wild flowers gently opening towards the sun. You too are emerging, expanding into the world with fresh energy and purpose. Let this new breath of life fill you, and exhale, embracing the gift of renewal and rejuvenated strength. It is now summer the bringer of vitality. Now the warmth of the sun fully embraces you. You feel the sun's warm kiss on your skin and a deeper comfort within your bones. The world is alive with movement, color, and unwavering vitality. This is summer, the season of full expression, energy, and passion. Just as the sun reaches its highest point, this is the time to step fully into your power. During the day, we are most active, engaging with the world, creating, moving, and experiencing life. What fills you with joy, happiness, and purpose? Where and when do you feel most alive? Take a deep breath. Breathe in, and holding your breath, savor the energy of summer. The warmth, the light, the fullness of being. Let it ignite your spirit, filling you with strength and confidence. And as you exhale, offer gratitude to this vibrant energy that surrounds you and is within you. Embrace your own radiance. It is now autumn, a time of preparation and letting go. Now the air cools, the golden light softens, and the trees begin to shed their leaves. Autumn has arrived. The season of transition, reflection, and preparation for the long slumber. Just as the evening signals the closing of the day, autumn reminds us to release what no longer serves us. What do you no longer need to carry? What can you let go of to make space for stillness and balance? Feel yourself softening and preparing for rest. Like the trees and nature, trust in the cycles of the seasons and life itself. Know that letting go is not an ending, but a natural step towards new beginnings. Take a slow breath in once again, and as you exhale, let go completely. Trust that all is unfolding in perfect rhythm. Like the movement of a single breath, perfectly balanced, not too much, not too little, and in perfect harmony with what you need. keeping your eyes closed, feel yourself returning to the present moment. The seasons flow within you, a constant and living reminder of the nature's balanced cycle. Rest, growth, action, and release. You are part of nature's rhythm, part of this planet, moving in harmony with your life. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bring this awareness with you. Carry this wisdom forward, knowing that in every moment you are supported by the rhythm of the seasons. And when you are ready, slowly, gently, and as beautifully as possible, please come up so that we may finish together, sitting as comfortably as possible and bringing the hands together just in front of your heart, taking a deep breath together. And as we exhale, thanking yourself for taking time to be with yourself. Inhaling as you come up and exhaling the hands to your knees. Have a beautiful evening or rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now.